Karrie Mitten, thank you so much for being here today. I know your work is so needed in the world, Karrie.
Well, thank you, Karrie, for having me. I'm thrilled to be here, and I'm honored to serve the world with my work. So
What really stands out is your love sign with the infinity.
Yes. Yes. It's all about love. That's all that it is, right? We are born of love. We're here because of love. We're here to presence love. Yeah, it's kind of my mantra.
So have you always been really connected with the soul and your soul purpose, or what did it look like for you to become the speaker and the author and the coach?
That's a great question. No, I mean, yes, we are always connected to our soul, but we're not always in sync with it, right? And for many years, I did what people told me to do. I went to school and I got an education, and then I got married, and then I had kids, and I went to work, and all the while, my soul was calling me into something more. I knew that there was something more for my life. I just couldn't figure out how to get there. And a few years ago, I came to a crossroads in my life where I actually, it's embarrassing to say now, but it's part of my journey. I invested our entire life savings into a business that I thought would answer my calling. And I quickly found out that it wasn't. It wasn't. I was following the shiny, bouncy ball. Right. I was following the money. I was listening to everybody else's opinion of what I should do. And I found myself in a situation that literally was killing me from the inside out. I was sick going to work every day. I hated it. And and I decided at that point that I was going to draw a line in the sand and go after what I had been truly wanting all my life. And that was just to make an impact in this world, to serve people in some way, shape, or form. And so at that point, I decided that I was going to. I'd been through therapy, and I'm not bashing on therapy. It's wonderful, but that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for some new architecture to build my life up on, to really have a new foundation to grow into who I was being called to be. And so I sought out a life coach, and I found a program called the Dream Builder program. I mean, well, how appropriate was that, right? Like, I wanted to build my dream, and it just spoke to me. And so I dove in with both feet and my whole everything. And I found that there's a beautiful, reliable, repeatable system for really how to turn your dream into reality. How to go through the process. Most of us try to get to our dream. That's what I was doing all my life. And I felt like I was constantly in resistance of life, constantly swimming upstream. And what happens when you swim upstream, right? You get exhausted. I mean, you're anxious, you're tired, you're depressed, you're stressed, you're worried, you're frustrated, you're fearful, all of those things. And so when I recognized that this was something that it changed my life forever. I decided then that I wanted to teach this program to others. And so today, if it's okay with you, Karrie, I would love to go through a quick little workshop on how to really master your results.
Absolutely.
So thank you for that. So I'm happy to share with you this. Excuse me, I get excited, so I talk kind of fast. But before we get started, I wanted to start with a quick story. So there was a mother mouse who was walking through her house when all of a sudden, with her three babies behind her, and they turned the corner of the house, and all of a sudden they saw this great big cat, and the cat looked very hungry at the mice and slowly started to walk toward the mother and her children, revealing its sharp teeth. It was hungry. And the mother mouse, in an effort to protect her children, she backs up on her, raises up on her hind legs, raises her arms in the air, and she yells, "Ruff, ruff, ruff." And the cat gets scared and runs off. And the mother mouse turns to her children and she says, "Now, children, Never underestimate the power of learning more than one language. Now, I share this story because, to make a point. That is that there's something standing between you and what you would love, your dream. And there's also a language of success. And so this language is for creating results you want. Once we consciously understand what this language is, we can apply it to any area of our life that we want to improve. So the system that I talked to you about earlier, it's been developed over 40 years. It's been, thousands and thousands of people all over the world create lives they love living. It's proven, it's reliable, it's a repeatable system to help you create what matters to you. So my intention is really just to share with you some powerful tools to improve your results in your life. Is that okay with all of you? Can I get a thumbs up or a heck yeah? Awesome.
Absolutely. We all want results in life.
Right? Of course. Well, we get results whether we consciously or unconsciously create them, right? So this is a way to consciously create the results you would love. So I want to empower you with 3 tools to help you achieve your goals. I want to give you greater clarity on what your goals and dreams are. And I want to help you feel confident in your ability to achieve those goals and dreams. Yes? All good? Awesome. Awesome. All right. So I'm really, really grateful that you're here today. What I've learned, during many opportunities that I've had to speak to different groups and organizations is that often our goals and our dreams are born out of the challenges that we face or the pain that we're experiencing. You see, we live in a universe that speaks to us through 2 growth signals, our longings and our discontents. We experience the feeling of longing when when it's something we haven't created yet. And we feel the feeling of discontent when current circumstances are something that we don't prefer. But both of these, your longing, your burning desire, and your discontent are catalysts for growth within us. You see, that's what happened with me. I had a burning desire to serve. I had a burning desire. I had that energy that was essential for creating new results. But I also had some discontent in my life. And so these 2 energies, the burning desire and the discontent, are essential for creating new results. So I'm going to share with you some principles that are going to help you transform your longing and discontent into new results. And so the principles that I'm going to teach you here are from the program that I'm certified to teach in. It's called the Dream Builder program. And this program, there are 10 principles actually that will skyrocket your success if you apply them to your life. But today, in the time that we have, I'm going to share with you 3 of the principles. You can apply them right now in your life, and they're really the keys to mastering your results. So my promise to you is I'm going to give you everything I can in the time that we have together. I know it's short. There's lots to learn here, but if you want to take it further, I know Karrie has my contact information. I would love to share with you the other principles and how to really manifest your results. All right. So there are 4 domains in which we create results in our lives. We have 4. We all have results in our health and well-being. Would you agree? Right? We all have results in our love and relationships. Yes. We all have results in our vocation, our vocare, which is how we give our gifts to the world. And we all have results in time and money freedom. And you're all having results in these areas right now. Some results that you may love, other results not so much. But here's the good news. No matter what the results, no matter how big a challenge it might feel for you right now, no matter how long an old result has been in place, you absolutely have the power to create the exact results that you would love to have in your life. You have the power to do that. But the results that you're getting in these areas of your life are a perfect reflection of your awareness in these areas. So let's expand together the awareness that you have by studying the pattern that creates our results, or the language that creates our results. It's what I call the results formula. So the formula begins like this. Our thoughts cause our feelings. We know this. When you feel joyful thoughts, or when you think joyful thoughts, you feel happy. When you think scary thoughts, your heart beats faster, right? Our thoughts affect our physiology. And then by universal law, your feelings are expressed into your actions. When you feel confident, when you feel energized, we take different actions than we would if we felt, frustrated, depressed, sad. Would you agree? And so we know that our actions contribute to our results. It's simply the law of cause and effect. So follow me here. Your thoughts cause your actions, or excuse me, your thoughts cause your feelings cause your actions, and your actions cause your results. So if you want to know what you've been thinking, look at your results, because your results never lie. Right? If we want to create new results in our life, we pay attention to our thoughts. And it's something that I call notice what you're noticing. So in the same way that you can notice that you feel your feet on the floor, you can notice how the pen feels in your hand. You can also notice how what you're thinking affects how you're feeling. So is it okay if we apply these concepts of the results formula and notice what you're noticing in your life and do a life assessment? So if you have a pen and paper, this is interactive here, folks, I should say. There's some men here, so that's awesome. I'm going to do a much more, I do a much more in-depth version of this with my clients, but in the short time we have today, we're going to do a quick life assessment. So I'm going to invite you to notice your current results in each area of your life. And on a scale of 1 to 5, how fulfilled are you feeling about those results? 1 being fulfilled, 5 being one being not fulfilled, 5 being completely fulfilled. So just notice your thoughts, and maybe you might want to jot them down. So health and well-being. So let's begin there. So on a scale of 1 to 5, how fulfilled are you with your current health results? 1 being not fulfilled at all, 5 being completely fulfilled. Now let's consider the results in your love and relationships domain. On a scale of 1 to 5, how fulfilled are you with your current relationships? 1 being not fulfilled, 5 being completely fulfilled. Now your vocation domain. This is how you show up in the world. It could be your career. It could be your gifts that you share to the world. It could be your medicine that you share with the world. What is your creative expression, your career, how you share your gifts in this world? How fulfilled are you with your current vocational results? 1 being not fulfilled at all, 5 being completely fulfilled. And then finally, let's consider the results in your time and money freedom domain. So on a scale of 1 to 5, how fulfilled are you with your current time and money freedom results? 1 being not fulfilled at all, 5 being completely fulfilled. Now let's just take a moment and reflect on your life assessment here. So as we considered each of the domains of your life, and you looked at your current results, you gave yourself a rating on a scale of 1 to 5. Let me ask you a question. What is it costing you for these results to remain the same? What is it costing you? Notice it could be, if one place is costing you in one area, it could be costing you in another. Just pay attention to your thoughts around those results. It's not a place of judgment or blame, right? Your responses are not good or bad, right or wrong. They simply are what they are at your level of awareness currently. And you're paying attention to, and you're noticing what you would love more of or less of in your life. So whatever your results have been up until now, you have the power within you from this moment forward to create the results you love. And it all starts right here with your thoughts. So every one of us has a dream inside of us somewhere. Every one of us has a longing for something more, a dream, a goal, a vision. And so this is the first key for mastering your results. It's the secret, the number one secret of dream building. And this is designing your dream. So when you would love different results in your life, you plan for them. Just like you have to have a clear blueprint when you want to build a house, the same is true with your dream. Without a clearly defined blueprint, you cannot build your dream. So I invite you to write this down. Clarity is power. Clarity is power. You see, when you become clear on what it is you really want in life, you begin to see opportunities and resources that you probably would otherwise miss. Things seem to appear out of the blue. Anybody have that experience before, right? And you're in alignment. So let's begin to design the blueprint for your dream. Let's make it crystal clear. And I'm going to have you ask yourself this very highly calibrated question. What would you love? Ask yourself, what would I love? What would I love in this area of my life? So imagine that you stepped into a time machine with me. So play along with me here for a moment. What would you love your life to be like 3 years from now? 3 years from now, everything you wanted completely worked out. You have vibrant health, wonderful relationships with family and friends. You love your work. You have all the time, money, and other resources required. What does a life you love look like for you? You get different answers when you ask the question, what would I love, compared to, well, what does my bank account say I can do? What does the economy say I can do? What do my friends say I can do? When you ask, what would I love? The answers become much more highly desirable. So on a fresh sheet of paper, just take 30 seconds to capture those ideas that came to you about what you would love in your life. And I would invite you to start your statement with, I'm so happy and grateful now that. So take a deep breath with me here. And just take 30 seconds to write down what it is that you would love in your life. Go ahead, I'll give you 30 seconds. Ten seconds left. All right, good job. You can see that, this is a very brief, abbreviated opportunity here. I would love to take this further with you if you are interested in doing this a little bit more deeper. But this does bring us to the second key to mastering our results, and that is making a decision for your dream. Just like we experience results throughout our day, we also make decisions each moment of our day. In fact, it's been proven that highly successful people are willing to decide for what they want, what they would love, even in the absence of knowing how. Some people want to know every step along the way before deciding. They want all the green lights down the road before they drive out of the driveway, right? But the key is that you make a firm decision for what you want before you bring your dream into reality. I drew a line in the sand. I said, I'm going after my dream no matter what. And that means that you get to decide for new results. So with your life assessment, you now recognize your current results, where you are now, right? Yes, everybody. And then after journaling what you would love in your life, you now recognize the dreams, where you'd like to go, right? Yeah. So what happens in the middle between the results you have now and the results you want? Any idea how you're going to bring that dream about? No, right. Yeah. I mean, we don't. That's the jumbled up, mixed up letters in the middle of the words, right? Our brain can read if the first letter and the last letter are there, we can read that word. So we don't need to know the middle. And that's how we suspend the knowing how. We're going to refuse to let the unknown stop us from making a decision to move forward toward our dream. So are you willing to decide to do whatever it takes to experience those results you love? Raise your hand if you would. Absolutely. Great. Awesome. Congratulations. So that's the second key for mastering your results, is to decide. But this brings us to our third key in mastering your results in your life. And that is the 4-letter word of befriending your fear, FEAR. But what does that mean, befriending your fear, right? It means making friends with fear. That seems crazy, but it's exactly what it means. It means you can have fear, but you don't let fear have you. You see, when we decide for a dream, like you've done here today, there's a part of you that says, heck yeah, I'm doing this thing. And then there's another part of us that rises up and says, yeah, right, that's not going to happen. And then that voice says, what if I fail? You see, this is the voice of fear. It's a part of us that wants us to stay status quo. Think about this. When we were babies, we all started out as non-walkers. And as a non-walker, you saw people around you walking. You wanted that level of freedom yourself. So you rose up, you locked your eye on that toy or cookie, and you gave it your best shot, trying to take some steps. And what happened? You fell down. But what did you do next? You rose up again, right? You tried to take another step and you fell down. When you were learning to walk, not one of you said to yourself, well, that's it, I'm not going to be a walker. No, you rose up and you kept going. And with each try, you took a few more steps and a few more steps until finally you became a walker. But something happens when we become adults. We stop giving ourselves permission to fall down. In reality, we learn to walk by falling down. The truth is, if it's falling down, getting back up again, that's actually the key to achieving your dreams. We befriend our fear, give ourselves the permission to fail enough to succeed. Great dream builders are willing to fail and rise again. Right? I mean, let's think about this. The founder of Starbucks, Howard Schultz, I love this. He was told there was no market for his kind of coffee. How many of you have maybe had a Starbucks coffee this morning, right? His loan application was rejected 242 times. Now there's nearly 30,000 Starbucks around the world, and the company has a net worth of more than $22 billion. Do you think he had to rise up a few times? Great success stories also have experienced great failure. In fact, fear and failure are prerequisites for achieving great dreams. So how do we give the power to the part of us that wants to move forward when we're hearing that voice that wants us to play small? How's that going to happen? There's a whole process to this that I take my clients through in the Dream Builder program. But for our purposes today, I'm going to give you one thing that you can do. Refocus your mind on your dream. And then, and here's the key, take an action step. Because just thinking about your vision, your dream, and even writing it down is not going to make it happen. Just poof, like magic, right? You have to do your part, even if it means doing it afraid. So are you willing to befriend your fear and take action anyway to live a life you love? So as promised at the beginning of this time together, Karrie has my link. I would love to share more with you on this. That I go much, much deeper when I have a little bit more time. But I hope that you understood, that you got some of the 3 key teachings here. The first is to design your dream. Be crystal clear on what it is that you would love. The second is deciding for your dream. You got to make a decision, even in the absence of knowing how. And the third is just to befriend your fear. We know that fear is just the edge of the reality that you've known. But above all, more than anything else, remember that you are worthy of your dream and a life that you love living. So it's been my honor and privilege to be with you here today. Thank you so much for having me. This has been a joy and a pleasure and an honor, Karrie.
Thank you so much, Karrie. It's kind of weird calling each other our same name, isn't it?
A little bit, yes.